Hello and welcome to a rather unusual review. Well, it is a little bit, I'm reviewing a military vehicle, which is not very unusual on my channel, but I'm reviewing a Cobi set. And before you all go nuts, Cobi, I haven't really heard anything about them. And I was at the store the other day and found some sets. I found the T-34, Sherman, and the Tiny Tank. And since they only cost a fraction of Lego, I decided to actually buy one just to see how they were, because they looked pretty good and they everything gave a nice impression. The box is nice and everything have a nice look to it. And after building it, I just felt amazed because the quality of the bricks are fantastic. But I will go into more detail after I have showcased them. After I've reviewed the model. So first of all, let us start off with the front. In the front here you can see we have the star printed right onto a brick, which is great. It's always nice to see a printed pot. And we have some nice sloping going on in the front here, and you can see we have some very nice distance from the ground as well. We have a light and we have the machine gun and some holsters and just some general nice sloping. On the side here, there really isn't too much to the sides. Pretty basic, but they got the shape absolutely gorgeous. The shaping is just gorgeous. You can see the sloping here is perfect. Just how the Sherman actually, how the Sherman was, which is great to see. Just very, very nice. And you also have the star here, and that's also a printed part. And I kind of think I not put it on correctly because the star is kind of tilted. I guess there's probably one side you can put so the star doesn't look tilted. Oh, it is a bit tilted printed on there. Oh, this is very tilted. Oh well, that is very unnecessary to take up time with. But you can see we have the 6 road wheels and these very big wheels. Now, at first glance, they don't really fit, and on the second glance, they don't fit either. Well, they fit pretty good with the rest of the model because it's so big. But basically, the reason those are there is because they allows the threads to spin very smoothly, and this is something that I think is absolutely great about this model. This is just paper, and I'm now putting no force on the model whatsoever, and it still roll. They roll smoothly as you could ever imagine and hope for. So that's that, and now let's move on to the back. So let me just get the camera set up a bit better for this. And on the very back here you can see we have a nice printed part once again, and some nice sloping going on here, some very nice detailing. And we also have an engine hatch, and yes, it does include, as a matter of fact, include an engine, which is very nice. Here's one thing, you can see that I'm not too big of a fan of this model. One of the things that I'm not too big of a fan of is the width. You can see the width, it is an extremely wide model. I think it is I think it's 12 studs wide, which is way too wide, but I think I could potentially modify this model to fit better and have it 10 wide. 10 wide model, that's the normal width of a model. And the height, I could probably cut a bit on the height as well. So I think this is probably going to be my weekend project to get this to scale. Hard thing would be though to just have these pieces to work with, because well, you have this very lovely army green that Lego does not make. On the side here you can see it is identical to the other side, so nothing too much to show there. Something that I did forget to show about the front is if you take the turret off, just like that, there's a second hatch here which holds the driver. Let's see, very bad there if I hold it out of the light. Let me see if I can get it good here. Yeah, there we go. Here's how the figures look like. I do not like the Cobi figures at all. I think they look pretty, I don't know, but I don't like them at all. Yeah, they are very poseable though. The legs can pose individually, and you can also turn their waist like that, because it's only attached by that. It still sits very well, but I don't really like these guys too much. Good thing though is that you can actually use these helmets, fits perfectly on Lego figures. So that's something nice to keep in mind. So that's that. And now I want to show you separately show you the turret. The turret on this model is not that good. It is not the greatest design. As a matter of fact, I think it's rather ugly actually. I do not like the turret. It's pretty small compared to the rest of the model and doesn't have the most beautiful of design, like I've said like 3 times now. But I don't think it fits the rest of the model, because the rest of the model, the whole hull here, have a very, very nice and smooth design, and this have everything but a smooth design. You can see here how weird it looks. But once again, I think I would be able to actually create a very nice turret out of only the parts I get here. And this, I don't know what we call this color, olive green maybe? A nice, very nice army green I think we'll stick with. We have a gun barrel that moves up and down, which is very nice. I have this huge machine gun up here. It is very, very big. Most likely too big for what minifig scale would be. That's it there. You can of course rotate it. Kind of want to fall off then, but yeah, it moves up and down. Oh, I didn't connect it good enough. It moves up and down. And we also have the hatches here for the driver to get in and out with. Oops. And here's probably the only flaw that I've found with these with this Cobi set, parts wise, and it is that if you put those like that, they will not entirely close up. They will leave a little gap there. It doesn't bother me too much, but some people might get a bit bothered about it. But yeah, that is basically the turret, and it is attached in that little hole there. So we just put it on like that again, and there we go, ready to roll out. Now, this set is extremely very nice. It is very nice, it is well designed, and the quality part is just as good as Lego. Now, you might not want to accept that, you know, Lego is the best, yada yada yada, but the parts are just as good as Lego, and they work very, very well. While building this, when I was working with some, there's some black parts on the bottom here, you know, for the construction of some of the inner workings. I got the feeling that you were actually working with Lego, real Lego, because of how nice the quality is, how everything sticks on extremely nice. You get that little click and little sound like Lego, and it even smells like Lego. So I'm assuming they use ABS plastic as well. And these models, oh, by the way, if you didn't know, Cobi is a Polish company, and they actually manufactures everything in Poland. So that's something, and Lego make their stuff other places that are not necessary to mention right here, but we all know that not all of their stuff is made in their beautiful factories. But something that also got me thinking, when I bought this model. It costed $25. For $25, a Lego set, you could pretty much barely get this. And this right here, this model though, it does include 400 parts. I forgot to tell you that, but this model includes 400 parts, and it is set number 2437. And includes 2 figures, as we have seen, these 2 guys. So it's a bit hard. I'm still figuring on the light setup, how I'm gonna do this in the best way. But yeah, $25 for this. Absolutely fantastic. And such a great looking model as well. I am in love with it, to be honest. Oh, something else that I can show you. Here's the instruction. This is how the instruction booklet looks like. You get the small army tag, and this is pretty much how the box looks like as well. It doesn't really fit in my light box, but I can do like this. Yeah, that's how that looks like. On the back, of course, you just get to show you. They show you some of the, different parts, different functions. My fingers, like, yeah, that looks weird. But yeah, and you also have some facts about the Sherman and a little picture of the Sherman actually, which I thought was very nice. And if you now take a look at the instruction booklet, because it is a bit different from Legos, basically, for each step, the other parts get whitened out, you know, sort of, they lose all the color. So you can see here, for this step, for example, everything that is green here, and the black part, of course, are the parts that you are going to use. And of course, you get all the parts that you're going to use in this step are marked down here under the actual building step, and then you see exactly where they're going to be applied. So it is actually clearer than Lego. So there's no problem whatsoever with that. And something else that I was very, very happy about is that there really isn't any big parts, big chunks of parts that you see in many other you know, brick companies, brick building model companies. You know, they have these huge parts, for example, the back, maybe they have one part for the front, one part, and for the third, one part. So basically, you know, you kind of got 3 parts for the whole model. This model includes many, many, many small parts. Everything you see here is pretty much a smaller part. You can see these ones, the whole back is built on different smaller parts. You can see here. This part, for example, the great parts, by the way, are very nice. It's a very nice. You get a very nice selection of different. So we can get this off here without damaging the part. No, that won't happen apparently. But yeah, you get some parts that is just like Legos, and some other ones that are exclusive to Cobi. And there's a lot of things to say, and I could probably go on for 20 minutes, but I do not want to do that. That would probably just make it boring. But I will actually say, and this might sound weird, but I totally recommend this set. It is very, very nice. It is extremely cheap. Like I said, only a fraction of the price for a Lego model. 400 parts. You get great colors, get lots of threads. And for 400 parts for a Lego model, that's easy over 50 bucks. So I don't see why you wouldn't. It's very, very easily compatible with Lego. The quality is just as good, and I can't say anything bad about the model. The black color is just the same as Lego. They don't use any other like nuances of black. It's not a lighter, it's not a darker black. The black color works perfectly fine. So you can, it's so easily compatible. And the threads, you can actually use the threads on a Lego model as well. And the threads are 3 studs wide, and they are exactly 3 studs wide. You see they go out a little bit over here, but that's because they're not sitting tightly right onto the main body. Yeah, and that is pretty much about it. I should probably stop now before I go on for like 20 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you see, I definitely suggest to pick one up actually. And that's everything from me. Goodbye.